Good morning, CSL Simi Valley.
Good morning.
How's everyone this morning? All right. Well, it's a Dallas sighting. Hey, baby. A sighting that is exciting, but not as exciting as we want it. We don't want it to be that exciting ever again. Right? Yes. That's right. Don't go to Ohio. No more Ohio trips for you, young man. Absolutely. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Man, this place on Friday, if you haven't done it, the first Friday of every month now, we have our sound bath. And it's the third one now, third one of the year, and we're going to continue this. And it's really working in the way we want it, because the first time you guys really supported it. It was a lot of folks from the center, maybe 20% from the outside. And then month before last, a little more people from the outside. But this month, the outsiders almost topped us. It was like about 45% from people from outside the community, and then us. And it was lovely, and that's what we want, because we want to be, see, what's come to me, and I hope that you can join in this. This goes with this 2023 community thing. We are known as the Center for Spiritual Living Simi Valley, the Center for Spiritual Living Simi Valley. That's what we do on Sunday. We do the business of the Center for Spiritual Living Simi Valley. We do the church thing, we do our practitioner work, we learn, we grow, we listen to some guy talk about our principles, and do all that. But as I was talking with my brother about my Uncle Percy. We used to go to the Jewish Community Center and fence. I was a fencer when I was younger. And I was thinking about all the things they had at the Jewish Community Center. And if we became a center for spiritual living, as opposed to the Center for Spiritual Living, then we could be, like, that's the sound bath, that's the yoga that's coming. We need somebody to come start teaching Tai Chi. If anybody knows somebody that throws rones or wants to read tarot cards or something, whatever, when people say, I'm not religious, I'm spiritual. Well, let's be spiritual all week long, and then on Sunday we can be religious and be all about science of mind. So if you have more ideas about how we can do that and become a center for spiritual living, let's get on it. Let's get on about the business of that. John's brought the meditation class on Thursday, circle on Thursday evening. I'm trying to get the singing circle back. I'm looking at you because you were big. No, not Randy, because you're so busy. That one. Right? Bring that back and all these kind of fun things. So we just want to play together. And in terms of the sound bath, I want to thank Ron Young, John Bellis for showing up early, Costa, Bob, Robert Torres. Where are you? There you are. Thank you. Thank you so much for supporting Kathy Burt and Pat Schaefer and Greg Schaefer. Greg, because he let Pat come. Or Pat, because she made Greg stay home. However that worked. But thank you guys for all supporting the sound bath this week, and really look forward to seeing you do that same kind of volunteering next month, okay? You've just been voluntold to come back next month. So those are just some of the ways that we can become our vision and mission statement, not just for our own personal lives, but to become that space that opens it up for others to enjoy what we enjoy in our living this mission and vision statement. And here it is for you right now.
It's March. Look, I'll show you.
Thank you. This is my godson, y'all. I love this man. He's so good. I will do that. We are having another street fair coming up in May. It's on May 6th, I think it is. And our thing at the street fair is to give away books. Now, we went through all the books we had last time, and those that had been recycled a couple times, we got rid of them, sent them to Books Take Us, or whatever that's called. And now we're getting new books. So we're looking for you to bring in new books for the book fair. Just bring them in, pile them up in the library, and then what we're going to do is we're going to create a book pyramid in the lobby so you can see how your books grow as we move toward the event. So we're going to do it all month of March. We're going to be collecting books. So go through and clean out your bookshelves. And used, slightly used, the kinds you would sell at a bookstore, right? We'll put them back. We'll put our sticker in them. We put our bookmark inside, and then we send them out to the village. And people are now coming. People come to the street fair for our books. They're like, "Oh, you guys are the book people. Cool. Whatever label you want to give us, we're fine. Just as long as you know who we are, because we're done with being a secret. That's it. Now, am I ready, Dominic? Let's go." Here we are. We're a community. Yes. That's why we're here, and here's what we do. Reverend Nancy, welcome home.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm so happy to be home, but it was a great trip. So it's always nice to come back to our hearts, back to our home, right? So let's join in consciousness right now in an opening treatment. Right here, right now, we are community. Community 2023. I'm so grateful and blessed that God is all there is. That infinite presence, that power, that love, that divine intelligence flows in and through everything, in and through each and every one of us, in and through everything on the planet and far, far, far beyond. And when we even begin to try to recognize that, we know how powerful and magnificent we are. So in that magnificence, we give thanks. We give thanks for this service, that it unfolds beautifully, enthusiastically. We thank Sherry Deeds and the band for always being here, and especially today with the L's, Lane and Cheryl. I'm so grateful for our spiritual leader, Reverend Stephen Rambo. His intelligence, his wisdom, his humor is going out. Not only here, but out into the community, out far beyond. And we are grateful. I'm knowing this service is perfect. I'm knowing we are the ones that have come here to participate, to feel the infinite oneness of spirit. And in that, I am so grateful. And we say together, and so it is.
Sweet, sweet spirit. Are there any sweeter spirits than kids? Cosmic Kid program, we are just knowing right now, this is the space where we affirm the presence of the children that are coming into our community so that we can share with them these wonderful teachings. I want to welcome Araya to the house tonight, this morning. Hi, sweetie. Good to see you. And we just know that as this container that we can create expands and grows, we will fill it with a bunch of folks that are just like, and having a great old good time. And so it is.
And so it is. Our affirmation. Look. Here it is. I can speak loud, but I can't.
Our affirmation for today. I am enough, and that's just fine. So says the divine and I. And together we read, I am enough, and that's just fine. So says the divine and I. So with that as my inspiration, I found another little reading from my Book of Happy. Cultivate your uniqueness, your values, beliefs, feelings, and opinions, what you bring out into the world of your inner being, rather than what the world brings you, partly defines you. You can let go of a professional or personal self-image that depends on the affiliations of groups you belong to or labels others put on you. Become more aware of your inner magnificence by doing the following. Be courageous and confident. Express your uniqueness through creative ideas. Listen to the voice of your soul, your intuition. Speak your truth. Love your journey more than any destination along the way. Be who you are. One of the simplest and most profound mantras is So Hum. I am that I am. Meditating on this simple phrase, you penetrate your layers of protection and self-criticism and come to the core of your happiness. As you repeat, So Hum, over and over, you bring your awareness to who you are at the core, the quiet, still place. You discover simply that you exist, that you are perfect. So it is.
So it is. Thank you.
And now, Sherry Deeds and the L's, Lane and Cheryl.
We're featuring the L's today. Right on. So this is our invocation song. Let's bring up the energy. Here we go.
Have come together as a family. We have come
Lane Taylor.
Spirit's in this place and in the God awareness place. So it's time for our 3-minute meditation. We had a beautiful 20-minute meditation before the service. So we encourage you, if you want to come a little early, it's a beautiful meditation and time. So I'm going to take us in with the ringing of the gong, and Sherry will bring us out. That's just how easy it is. 3 minutes of breathing, the God awareness place. I'm sure we can find 3 minutes or more every day, and I encourage you to find them. Thank you.
Okay. say, wade water, wade the water, children, wade water. That's gonna trouble the waters. Cheryl.
Who's that yonder dressed in red? Wade in the water. It's the children that Moses led. God's gonna trouble the water.
In the water, wade in the water, children, wade water. God's gonna trouble the water. Who's that yonder dressed in white? Wade in the water. Must be the children of the Israelites. God stirred up that water. Yeah, yeah. Wade in the water. Wade in the water, children. Wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. Said Lane.
Who's that yonder dressed in blue? Wade in the water. Must be the children coming through. God's gonna trouble the water.
Sing along, y'all. Wade water. Wade in the water, children. Wade water. God's gonna trouble the water. Stevie. Trouble the water, oh yeah. Wade in the water, wade in the water, children. Wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water.
All right.
Thank you.
Got our own singing corporation going on there, the LLC happening. It was beautiful. That was like a bayou version, like a down home in the bayou. Wade, that looked right. Wade water, and then Cheryl jumping out there with that little Marilyn Monroe-esque kind of part. I was like, that was totally happening. Yeah. Wow, that talk about be who you is. They was being who you is, right? Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is. Let's see. Okay, we're just gonna go. So, it's doing. I love stories. I love stories. So I was reading one of my books, and it was a Sufi book, and it was telling a Sufi story about a dervish who was taking a long trail to the market, and he was just exhausted, and he'd been carrying this heavy load, and he was like, "Oh God, if you hear me now, bring me a donkey to help me carry this heavy load as I approach this tall hill that's in front of me." And a few minutes later, he hears this, and off to the side, and there it was, in the bushes was a donkey. And he's like, "Oh, this is great. God has answered my prayers." And he's about to put his load on the donkey, and he hears a horse ride up, and it's a bandit on an Arabian stallion. He's got his gun and his scimitar there, that Arabian blade, right? And he says, I hate you dervishes. You're always judging our lifestyle with your holiness and your oneness and your unity, and I just, what do you, and the gall you have to load a donkey. You should be carrying the donkey as big as you are. Carry that donkey up the hill. And he's like, what? Yes, carry the donkey up the hill or I shall cut you to pieces. So he gets to the top of the hill and he's like, God, you hear my prayers, but sometimes I think you get it backwards. So I'm looking at that, I'm listening to the Sufi side. Oh, that's kind of entertaining, but what the heck does it mean? What does it mean? And then I sat with it, and I was thinking about this Be Who You Is story. And you know, the donkey really is all the stuff that we carry around on our backs. It's our way of living in life in a domesticated sort of way, as Miguel Ruiz talks about in the 5 Agreements. That we have accepted habits and mores and patterns in our lives that say this is how we're supposed to be. At this age you should have children, you get married. At this age you should have children, and you should put this money away for retirement, and then you got to get your Social Security, and then of course your body's going to start to fall apart, so you need Medicare, and you got to go to the doctor, and just all of the stuff that we just agree to, and they become the donkey that we carry around on our backs, and we think that God got it backwards. But maybe we got it backwards because we are not living from our authentic, true selves. What is the cost of carrying it all around? Is that we do not live in this space of authenticity that awaits to be recognized. We are divine emanations of spirit, and it is our job to live that way, not to live by all these other rules. Now, yes, I mean, thank God that when the traffic lights go out, when the power goes out, which we know it does a lot, especially here in Simi, that people know, or should know, that traffic signal becomes a 4-way stop. Do you know that? You do know that, right? Because the guy in the big old truck didn't know that. But the other people all the way around did know that, so he had a chance to run through it. But the point I'm making is there are some things that we definitely need to agree to, right? But if we want to get really real with our lives, it requires some courageous activity. The courageous thing for the dervish maybe would have been is to say, no, you're not going to cut me up because I know that God has brought me this donkey to carry my stuff up the hill. God has given us these opportunities to shed the donkeyness of our lives, and to move our way up that hill. But that is maybe the most courageous battle we'll ever do. It's the battle of being authentic. Oscar Wilde says it so well, and he says, be yourself because everybody else is already taken. Not yet. No, hold that one, holding that one back. Then I was listening to, I had this vision of love the one you with, love the one you with, and I was thinking, okay, when you hear that song, who do you think of? Who else do you think of? Anybody else? Just Stephen Stills? Yeah. Well, I think of the Isley Brothers, because they did a big hit of that song too. And then I thought, oh, is it Stephen Stills or Isley Brothers? And I didn't know. And of course, Stephen Stills wrote it. Isley Brothers ripped it off and made a lot of money off of it. But as I was listening to that song, I said, why did that song come to mind when I'm thinking about authenticity? Love the one you're with. Because that song, if you listen to the lyrics of that song, you will find that the guy got dumped by his girl, and then he's all heartbroken, and then they're saying, hey, forget it. Just take the one that's right next to you. Ooh, ugh, really? Plus, that's rebounding. Who wants to do that? No. But if you think about it this way, who are you with more often than you're with anybody else? Love the one you're with, but love the one you're with. In other words, ta-dum. Be who you is, because if you be who you ain't who you is. Thank you, Dr. Arthur Chang. He used to say that all the time. I love that. It was on the tomb of the unknown cowboy. He used to love to read, what's that guy that writes all the Westerns? Louis L'Amour. He loved Louis L'Amour. And so apparently that's in one of the Louis L'Amour books. And I just love that idea. Be who you is, because if you be who you ain't who you is. This is what Spirit has brought to us. And sorry for the grammarians in the room that are going, ah! It's okay. The point makes a lot of sense, you see. And who is you anyway? Okay, who are you? It's my grandfather's getting in my ear now. Well, Spirit made us, Spirit made everything, therefore Spirit made you and me and all of the things around us, and even the bandit and the donkey and the guy who ran the red light when there was a stop sign. God is within us. God is expressing. God is that thing that is locked inside of us. And when we're busy trying to fit in, trying to live our lives by the rules, by all the guidelines, then we're not expressing who we are. We're who we ain't. And maybe the journey of life, that big courageous journey, is to break free of that. You know, there was a Buddha that was created in 1408. This is real, true thing. 9 feet 8 inches tall, 5.5 tons of gold, $250 million, give or take. Who's counting? So these monks would pray and sacrifice and meditate and put their flowers and fruit and offerings to this giant Buddha. They did this for 400 years. And in 1757, the Burmese army was invading, and they heard they were on their way, and they were afraid that they would come and cart the Buddha away. So they covered this Buddha in plaster to hide it. And of course, that generation died off, and the next generation came along, and for them, it was just a big, giant, plastered Buddha, which they prayed to for another 200 years. And then around 1957, the monastery was falling apart. They built a new monastery with a big sanctuary space for the 9 foot 8 inch tall mega Buddha. And now they're moving the Buddha to the new place. And as they're moving it, they dropped it. It cracked. And in the crack, the gold was shining through. And then they unveiled it, and boom, there it is. In a new space, they got a new Buddha, the giant gold Buddha. So, are you ready to crack yourself open so that your gold can shine through? That's your authentic self. The donkey is all the plaster. The plaster is all of the agreements that we've made to do the things that our parents told us we're supposed to do, or our teachers told us we're supposed to do, or whoever told us we're supposed to do, the religions tell us we're supposed to do, or the media is telling what we're supposed to do. But see, our thoughts, our patterns, our beliefs, our attitudes about life, all those things that are laid upon us, that's just gunk, covering up our goldness, covering up our authentic selves, covering up the you that is you. And if Spirit puts something golden inside of you, why are you going to cover it over in plastic and wire and stuff? Why not just let it shine, let it out there? Because you are Spirit, expressing, waiting for this greatness to come forth. Ernest Holmes loves that, and he says it in a very unique way. He says, as effect must partake of the nature of its cause, so man or woman or they must partake of the divine nature from which he springs. Ooh, here's Ernest doing that Ernest thing again. But here we go. So you see, you have a cause. Like, for example, you plant a seed, tomato seed. That's the cause. You know that what's in the nature of that cause is that a tomato. You're not going to walk out in the yard 8, 9 weeks later and see a carrot hanging from your tomato plant. It's going to be a carrot. I mean, a tomato. Unless it was a carrot seed in the tomato bag, which could happen, but you get it, right? So we are this divine, right? And so we must spring forth in our divineness, because that's who we are. That's their cause. That's the cause behind us. We're part of the absolute cause. The absolute cause, the one cause, the first cause is God expressing, let there be light, separate the firmament. Let the beasts run the earth, all this stuff, all these declarations that were made in that story, in that book that's right in the front part of it. You know what I'm talking about? Genesis, right? All those declarations that were made, that stuff also is what made us. We are called forth to be this. We are a child of God. Now, to do this, though, this authentic thing that we're talking about, that I'm talking about, I want to share with you this day, Brene Brown says it takes practice. It's about a practicing and making choices on a regular basis to live that way. And we have to make these conscious choices. That's why we're here. We're here in this, that's why I'm here, because I forget to make the conscious choices and start going on autopilot. But if I remember these things and know that it's a practice, that we are practitioners of this faith, that we can make choices, and not condemn ourselves or not forget about this opportunity or not doubt the truth of who we really are, not doubt those little inspirations that come, that little hopeful moment to say, you can do this or you can do that. Then we condemn ourselves and then we doubt ourselves, and it's all downhill from there. The other thing I was doing this week is as I was talking to my friend Steve McGee, my high school buddy, who was my running buddy in high school, and then he called me recently and says, well, not recently, a couple years ago. He says, yeah, I got a church. I got me a church. I said, you got a church? He said, yeah, I got to be a Baptist church. You're a Baptist preacher? He says, yeah. I said, you know, I'm a preacher too, right? He says, yeah, you do that science of mind thing, don't you? And he said, so we go back and forth. I bought him a science of mind textbook, and he reads me Bible passages. And so we were talking about Lent this week, and I was trying to get the whole Lent story down. And if you think about it, it's really a story of authenticity. I mean, here's Jesus. Well, not here's Jesus. There's Jesus. There's Jesus. And he's hanging out, and he goes, I think I want to pretend like I'm going to get drowned by this guy named John the Baptist. So John the Baptist baptized him. Boom, boom. And while he's having that experience, he's like, you will be my son, my divine son of God. You will be the son of God. You will go out and spread. He hears all this stuff, and he's like, whoa, that's a lot to take in. That's a lot. Really? Is that the gold in me? Is that what's supposed to happen? Is that what happened when I got cracked open with this drenching here? I'm going to do that? So he heads out into the desert to contemplate, because that's a very mystical place to go and do some contemplation. Any desert hunters out here? I love going to the desert myself. There's something about the night sky in the desert and the way the wind blows. It talks to you in the night. It's beautiful. Of course Jesus went there to think. You know? No, he's there to think. And then his donkeys started fighting at him. They called it Satan in the book, but temptation, whatever it is, the habits, the nafs, as the Sufis say, they start talking to him. And one of them says, hey, man, you know, why don't you take all these stones and make some bread? And he goes, wait a minute. I'm not supposed to go for the external. I'm here to experience the internal. I'm here to have a faith experience. I'm not going to do that. And then another temptation says, well, if you're really the Son of God, if you're really Son of God, I want you to stand up on the top of this pinnacle and jump down to the street, and the angels will come and they'll grab you before you hit the ground. He goes, no. It's not a selfish thing I'm here for. I'm not here for a transaction with the divine. I'm here to transform myself. His authentic self's coming forth, right? And then the other one, he comes up and it's like he's thinking, well, if I'm going to be the Son of God, there's going to be kingdoms everywhere, and I can be in charge of all the kingdoms. And something goes, no, that's not what it's about. It's about a faith journey. It's about helping others to feel that energy. And there he passed another one again. He realized more about his authenticity. It's a story of authenticity. It's not a story of Satan tempting some guy to do some stupid crap. It's not that at all. It's about a guy going, wow, I can do this. This is my calling. But we doubt that. Richard Ward talks about it in one of his contemplations this week. He says, the primary temptation we all face is to doubt our divine identity. Every day. How many times do you say, I am, and put something crappy behind that sentence? You know? How did that go again? Get this. Subject, predicate? Yeah. How many, and then what's after that? Verse. Oh, stop. That's too much grammar this morning. Be who you is somewhere else. But the point I'm making is, how often do we do this? How often do we doubt our divinity when it's all that we actually have and all that we ever will be and all that we are? So we must step into ourselves. We must step into the bright light. Don't hide your light under what? Don't do it. Let it out. Because see, when the unseen remains hidden, there is a gift to the universe that is unavailable to all of us. That is the truth of who you are and the truth of what we need you to be, your authentic self. When that's hidden, not good. And then when it's hidden, there's a sense of you that is isolated, and so there's a part of the belongingness of life that is not in play. So you're not belonging fully in life when you're not expressing yourself. So unity is denied its full experience. Who are you to deny unity's its full experience? You're not. Who you are is to bring unity's full experience because you are the son and the daughter of the divine. You know? And if you don't like the parental hierarchical thing, I get it. You are the expression and the emanation of the divine. You are Spirit's self-givingness of itself into world today. Yeah. And when we're fitting in, when we're so busy fitting in, we're sacrificing ourselves and hindering our own good. Now, the other part about this is as we do this, as we move into this space, when you start showing up like your real, true self, people might not like you as much. They might think, oh, wow, here he come again. He's going to talk about that thing and try to get me to do this, and he's so annoying. That's okay. It's okay. As long as you're coming from that authentic place, you know that you're in the right space. You see, sometimes it's going to be growing pains when you shift into your more authentic self, but that's okay because you are becoming a bigger gift to yourself and to others in the process. It's in your bulking. And these unexpressed ideas within us, if there's something unexpressed in you, it's going to stick. And I love what Brene Brown wrote. Not this one, though. No, hold on just a minute, Dominic. I know you're on it. But this is one. She wrote this. It says, you didn't see it? Okay. She says that when your inauthenticity is showing up, that they should put a warning like on a cigarette label. She wrote a warning. It says, caution. If you trade in your authenticity for safety, you may experience the following: anxiety, depression, eating disorders, addiction, rage, blame, resentment, and inexplicable grief. Who wants inexplicable grief? My God, or blame or resentment or addiction or rage. Who wants any of that kind of stuff? But if you're experiencing any of that, maybe that might be a sign. If you have anxiety or you're feeling depressed or you're just eating away your emotions, except Haagen-Dazs ice cream late at night, that's okay. If you're addicted to anything but CSL Simi Valley, or if you're feeling rage, or you're blaming others and sticking your fingers out there, or you have some resentments like the guy that ran the stop sign, any of that kind of stuff that's bringing you inexplicable grief, maybe there's part of your authenticity that's not being expressed fully. Possible. Now, Brene Brown also says, authenticity isn't about being safe options. Authenticity isn't always about safe options. Sometimes choosing being real over being light is all about playing it unsafe. Are you willing to play it unsafe? Now, if you are, the great news is that's just an illusion because you're really living in the divine and you're expressing your divineness, and that's the most safe thing you can do. It only feels unsafe because it feels unfamiliar. Unfamiliar is okay. Unfamiliar is like none of us would have gotten here without unfamiliar. It's the most wonderful thing in the world to be unfamiliar. It allows you to grow, to expand, and to move into new spaces. So we have to just let go of the idea that this is unsafe and let go of the idea that I got to do it this other way and step into the true safety of our authentic expression. To be golden, like the Buddha. To practice it daily. To daily let go of the shoulda, woulda, couldas. The Uda family and all its first cousins, gone. Sorry, divorced you. You guys are the Hatfields. Go across the bridge. And embrace the who, your true who. And the time is anytime, right now, the best time. Best time to make that change, right now. And if it's not this now, that's okay. Another now is coming. So that's the now, you know. You know, it's just, I was thinking about why it takes so long sometimes to make this journey into authenticity. I think, you know, when we're young, you know, we want to do special stuff and get seen and be special and be noticed and to stand out. But then later in life, you're like, I've done all that kind of stuff. Now what? And that's cool. This journey to fullness, this journey to authenticity, it's okay because it's really the adventure of a lifetime. So why don't worry if something's happening that you feel is held back or hasn't shown up yet. That's okay. We got a whole lifetime of doing this, and life is like the longest thing you will ever do in life. I never say life is short. Never. Because life is the longest thing you will ever do in life. So if you're doing it, why not do it in an authentic way? Why not practice these things that we're talking about? Because as Carl Jung says, the privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. So be who you is. Because if you be who you ain't who you is. And so it is. All right. You ready? I am enough, and that's just fine. So says the divine, and I. Yes, indeed. Okay, let's do some revealing prayer time. Sherry, do you feel like playing some music underneath? Oh, nice. Okay. All right, so think about what we just talked about. Think about whether you're got some plaster over you, or if you've been carrying a donkey and you're ready to shed that right now and to crack open into your goldness. So join me in prayers. I know for each and every one of us that divine spirit that is in us at the core of our very being is right now moving through our body in waves of yes, in waves of acceptance, in waves of I can do this, I am this, I am the divine. And so as I live in that space, knowing that I am an individualized expression of the only thing that is, I know that there is a power and a presence within me that knows what it knows and shares with me what it knows so that I can go out and grow into the deepest experience of life I possibly can. That area of life where discord is removed in the space of possibility, where hurt, pain, and injury is healed in the knowledge that love is always prevailing. That there is this unitive experience that allows me to know that the eyes of which I see the world is the same eyes in which God sees me, for my eyes and God's eyes are one eye. And living in that space, I know that each and every person in the sound of my voice is living in that same space of infinite possibility, becoming reality through the conscious use of the power of our mind. The power of our mind is the power of the divine. And for that, I'm so grateful. And I release this prayer into a perfect law that says, yes, yes, my beloved, in whom I'm well pleased, it is my pleasure to give you the kingdom. And so it is. So who wants to come up and do the announcements for the, because I'm bushed. I'm serious. Somebody want to come and do this? Yeah, this part right here. Come on, Nancy. I'm not really Bush, but I would love to hear another voice do it.
Oh, you would you?
Yes, I certainly would.
So these are the ways you can support your spiritual community. Visit the website, cslsemivalley.org/donate. Text to the word give, 805-600-5677. Call the office, call Danny, call anyone in the office, Darlene, whoever answers, Reverend Stephen, 805-527-0870. And you will be able to give your tithe, your money, anything and everything. You can volunteer, you can be voluntold, you can do all sorts of things. When you call that number, I just know it. So now it's time for what? Oh, more. Oh, CSL, see me. Oh, I love this. Simi Valley Affirmation of Abundance. Let's say this together. Divine love is doing its perfect work here and now. Divine love harmonizes. Divine love adjusts. Divine love prospers. Divine love foresees everything and richly provides every good thing for the world, Center for Spiritual Living, Simi Valley, and me. Now, divine love is victorious. Here's your calendar of events. Read them. Are they coming? Oh, Wednesdays. It's me and Darlene. We had a wonderful last Wednesday. We're going to have 4 more Wednesdays this month. Come join us. We had 15 of you in the sanctuary, 10 on Zoom. We had so much fun. Come, join us on Wednesday nights. And then you can, the next night, join John Bellis in meditation. Heart-centered meditation with John Bellis. Cultivate and enjoy activating unconditional love in meditation with community. Oh, electing new trustees. Consider submitting your name to the nominating committee. Contact Danny, contact Reverend Stephen, deadline is March 5th. Oh, that's today. Annual meeting next week, March 12th. We're going to talk about this some more, I think. Join us for potluck. Social Loungers event, March 18th, Jim and Cheryl Collins' house. It's going to be fun. Bring your favorite international dish to share. Eat and drink and be merry together. We already heard about this, but go look in your houses for those books. You have them in every nook and cranny. I know it. Garage, yes. Here's our projects. Oh, wow, junk in the trunk. These are all in our very own community. I didn't even know all this was happening. Junk in the trunk event. Imperfectly Perfect Yoga, Tuesdays in the classroom, beginning April 4th, 5 to 6. Cassandra Murillo, welcome all levels. Offered on, where's Sandra Murillo? Cassandra Murillo. Yes, hey. We'll see her for yoga, April 4th. 3 easy steps to donate to the center. Download PayPal on your phone, scan the QR code with your camera, follow the prompts. For assistance, always see Danny. Always see Danny. She has all the answers. More ways to support your spiritual community. Sign up at Ralph's. Yeah, free money for us. Okay, darling, keep pulling it. Set up your Facebook. Watch us live online, Sundays at 10:30 a.m. Find us on YouTube at CSL Simi Valley. Oh, prayer treatment. Find a practitioner. CSLSimiValley.org. Here I am. And there's many others. There's Marianne. There's some others here. Under the... And now it's time for me to bless the offering. Look how you did that. I just stayed up. Whoa. Wow. How good it is to know that love expresses in such infinite multitude of beautiful ways, as this money, as time and service, as all good things coming into this community in infinite ways. And because of that, we feel so blessed, and we know who we are. We are our authentic selves expressing. Be who you is, and we are all of that, and so it is. Amen. Sherry Deeds, hey! Good, I'm so happy.
Yeah, well, you know, we thought we would dedicate our last song to Dee. And it was a song that she really loved. And unfortunately, John and I will not be here next weekend, so we're going to miss her memorial. So I really wanted to share something. I want to share this with you. I don't know if you all got one of these from Dee ever, but she did this for you. I had a hip replacement surgery 6 years ago, and she wrote the prayer treatment. She colored this piece of paper, wrote the treatment on the other side, folded it into this beautiful swan, and I still have it, and it's precious to me. So, yeah, thank you.
So Dee was one of the first people I met here at CSL Simi, and shortly after that, I got to know her a little bit better during a musical performance workshop that our music director, Denise Fernald, did at the time. And the culmination of the workshop was we all had to get up and perform for the congregation. And as you might imagine, that was way, way outside Dee's comfort zone, singing in front of the community. But we watched, we all helped each other through that. We grew and we expanded. And the song that we're going to do is the song that, one of the songs that she chose to perform that night for that workshop. And we're going to ask you all to sing it along with us.
You know, you should know it.
And the words and that experience showed me so much about Dee. She is courageous. She is intentional. She is loving. So please join us in singing this song for her and make your intention be one of love, because we, as a wise person told us often, love prevails.
Love is my decision, up to me to give up my all. Love is my decision, no one else can tell me to stop. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision right here and now. Love is my decision, up to me to stand on that bridge. Love is my decision, no one else can make me forgive. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision right here and now. My decision right here and now.
Love prevails.
Got my crane right here. Oh, boy. Okay. Next Saturday, 11 o'clock, right here, will be the service. So I hope you'll come and join us, and we'll get to know more about Dee than you may have known because of all of her different communities that she was a part of. And we'll get a chance to see the wholeness of this beautiful spirit that we love so much. Phew. Don't do that again. That song was just too much. That was beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much for bringing that. Yeah. Thank you, Kathy, for your service today as our lead on the service team, and Linda and Deborah on the service team today, and John up there in the booth doing a wonderful job, John. Appreciate it, and maybe you'll let Greg free shortly so he can come back down here and start to run the slides in the corner, because he just can't seem to stop hanging out. But today, Dominic was rocking the slides. I think we'd also call him the service producer, because it kept me on target. Nancy, not just practitioner of the day, but announcer of the day. That was lovely. Thank you for that. And much love to our Soul Purpose Band, to Steve Fowler, to Bob Townley, Randy Jones, Lane Taylor, Cheryl Robinson Collins, and led by Sherry Dietz. That was
Cheryl actually is my real name. Sherry's a nickname that stuck.
really. So if I'd said Cheryl Dietz, I would have been okay. Maybe that's what's channeling. I didn't know that.
Yeah, Dad gave me the nickname and stuck.
Well, we like what Daddy did.
Yeah.
All the way around, bringing you here and everything, all of that. Yeah, that little part. Lane and Costa will be in the office afterwards, and just wanted to let you know about that. Nancy, come on up. Talk about practitioner while she's on her way up. I'll let you know that because of the service next week, there will be no Sacred Sisters meeting, and the same thing with the Giants, but there'll be an email going out to let you know when the Sacred Sisters will be meeting, and Jan's trying to tell me something else, too. What else are you trying? Just tell me, what is it?
Even though we are not having a meeting on that day, I am putting an invitation out, please, to everyone with Sacred Sisters, if we can be of service before the service,
Great.
please join us.
Any Sacred Sister that would like to serve before the service, be here by 10. Okay? That'd be
Before
great.
D's service, we're
Before
talking
D
about.
service, yeah, before D service, yeah.
Wonderful.
Be here by 10.
Giants is March 18th.
Oh, Giants moved to March 18th. Okay, great,
All right.
great.
What else do we have to remember?
What else
What
we got?
about the annual meeting
The annual meeting.
next
Yeah, I think
Sunday?
is there a slide for that?
Yeah, it was,
Oh.
but it was not there.
Oh, okay. We don't need it. Annual meeting, we got it.
Next-
It's next Sunday.
Next-
It's a busy week next
weekend.
week. Yeah.
Yeah, after the service.
And we're gonna make it fast.
Food?
Oh, that's
Potluck.
right. There is a
That's-
potluck. That's right.
potluck.
There will be food between the
Between
service and
services.
the annual
Yay.
meeting.
Oh, I
Exactly.
love food.
Exactly.
Okay.
And you're doing prayer?
At the exit.
Okay, let's.
Outside the exit side in the practitioner room.
All right, all right.
And I'm here to be here for any and every one of you.
Cool. Let's do the closing benediction, and then we
Okay.
will sing our way out of here. So please stand, if you will.
Yeah.
All right. And here we go. I'm at home in the heart of God. My life is anchored in truth. I can never be separate. I live in the consciousness of peace. I release all fear. I am living love.
Love be with you, peace enfold you, spirit lift you, breathe it in. Truth come through you, make it flow to you, let joy renew you, till we meet again. Love be with you, oh, love be with you, oh, love be with you. Love be with you. All together, hand in hand, we see the light and take a stand, and we are changing. A whole new life for you and me. Take your hands and set it free and share this blessing. Oh, love be with you. Peace unfold you. Spirit lift you. Breathe it in. Truth come through you, make good flow to you, let joy renew you, till we meet again. Love be with you, oh, 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 love be with you.
All right. Wednesday night with Nancy. Saturday at 11 with Dee. We're busy. It's beautiful. Thursday with John. A lot of stuff going on.
I don't remember what day it was, and I didn't notice what time it was.
yes, we are a great band.